Making sloppy joes here at the Young's house, and I am so excited. Happy Friday! The weekend is here. Is anybody making a Gina Young recipe? I want to hear from everybody. What's your weekend plans? Tell me all the things. The weekend is here, and I love the weekends. I love the weekends. Guess what we're having for dinner? Sloppy joes, and I couldn't be more excited, y'all. When I tell you I love making sloppy joes, it's pretty much the easiest meal you could make. Doesn't cost anything. Most of the ingredients, you already have it at your house. It's going to be good. I'm going to show you how to make it taste flavorful. Okay, so we have 2 pounds of ground beef. If you want to use ground turkey, you could do that. You could do ground beef and ground turkey. That's good too. So I got 2 pounds here. And hot dogs. We'll talk about what we're going to do with them. Growing up, when I had sloppy joes, we always had hot dogs with them. I know. Hamburger buns. Get you some good, nice, fresh hamburger buns, or you could use bread if you want to. You're going to need a nice, beautiful onion, some bell peppers, and I have some ketchup. Whatever kind of ketchup you love, that's what you're going to use. We're going to serve these sloppy joes with some delicious Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid today. It's been so long since I've had Kool-Aid, and I'm making it, y'all. All right, and so here's our Kool-Aid. I think I got cherry. Make sure your hands are clean. Happy Friday. Let's make sloppy joes that taste good. We're gonna do for our sloppy joes, let's go ahead and start chopping up some vegetables. I always have a green bell pepper around the house. Green bell pepper and onion is always gonna be super delicious when you're making sloppy joes. Is there anyone out there that calls them manwich? I know back in the days when I was younger, we would call it manwich because what you would do is take the can of manwich sauce and throw it in with your hamburger, and you had manwich, which is sloppy joes. You know, what did you guys call it? So like I said, my family made the sloppy joes with a can of sauce. When I met my husband in 1997, he told me, we make that homemade. He did. He did. He said, I've never had that stuff out of the can. And from that day, I always made my sloppy joe homemade, none of that canned stuff. I'm going to show you how to make it taste delicious. You would never buy that canned stuff ever again after trying this recipe. Go ahead and cut our onion and get that in there. This is a medium-sized onion. I don't want too much onion. So I'm literally going to just cut this in half and then use that amount. This amount right here will do. I'm going to begin to turn this heat on to a medium heat so the beef can begin to cook. And I'm going to break it down with my little tool here. We don't want big pieces. We want it to be small pieces when you're making sloppy joes, right? Now, one thing about me, when I have sloppy joes, I always eat the sloppy joes with a hot dog in my sandwich. I do. It's just something that when I grew up, my mom would always have hot dogs available. And she would ask us, do you want a hot dog on your sloppy joe? And me, I would always say yes. Let's go ahead and get our bell pepper and onions right in so it can cook with the beef, to give that beef some great flavor. You hear me? And now let's go ahead and season it. Season it to perfection and make it taste good. If you're afraid to season it, it ain't gonna have no flavor, right? We're gonna go in with salt. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna go in with some garlic and onion powder, and honestly, on purpose, I'm putting a nice amount because I want that flavor to shine through. We don't want no bland, sloppy joes, right? And there's the onion powder. Let's put us some black pepper. And now today I'm gonna do something different. This is a really big twist. I'm gonna use a little bit of liquid smoke. If you've never used it before, anytime you use this, you gotta use a tiny bit, okay? Just a tiny bit. The reason why I'm using liquid smoke is because I don't have any Worcestershire sauce. But if you have Worcestershire sauce, that's what I would prefer you to use. But since I don't have it, I'm gonna substitute using the liquid smoke, just a tiny bit. But that's when we start our saucy part. Go ahead and get our hot dogs to boiling. Typically, I would put like a cap full of vinegar in my water that I boil my hot dogs, but I couldn't believe I didn't have that either. Sounds like I need to go grocery shopping, right? I need to pick up Worcestershire sauce and vinegar. Remind me in the comment section. Weather like, I want to know what the weather's like right now. Honestly, y'all, it looks like it's about to storm out there. It done got real dark. What time is it? It's 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and it looks like we might have a storm. I don't know. There's no wind is blowing. It just got dark all of a sudden. So drink of the day, because a lot of y'all like to wonder what I'm drinking. This is just tea water with, at the bottom, you may be able to see, I don't know if the camera's showing you. I have 3 cloves in there, and I'll be drinking this. After that's gone, I going to keep those cloves in there, refill it with more tea water, and drink 2 of those cups today. It's so healthy for my gut. Break the meat up a little bit, just like this, so it can get going. It smells good already, all those gorgeous spices we put in here. Listen, if you wanted to make this spicy, you can just get you some of those little red pepper flakes, throw them in there. Super delicious when it's spicy. Kool-Aid, y'all. Does anybody drink Kool-Aid nowadays? Every once in a while, I get a good taste for some Kool-Aid, and I'm gonna drink it, baby. It's sweet. I ain't supposed to have it, but I'm gonna drink a couple of cups out of this pitcher here. You hear me? Oh, yeah. Let's mix it. So now, if you wanted to use a tomato sauce to make your sloppy joe, absolutely you could. But you're gonna need to add some sugar to it to make it sweet, because sloppy joe should be kind of sweet, right? So that's why I like to use ketchup, because ketchup, you get that tomato sauce and it's already sweet, and it's perfectly sweetened, right? So when you mix that ketchup in with this, it's like but like I said, use tomato sauce if you want, and just add the amount of sugar that you want it to be sweetened up to. You can definitely do that. My beef is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that strainer out of my cabinet so we can get it nice and drained and begin to put our sauce together. Drain the oil off of the beef. Let's go ahead and season it. I'm gonna go in with the liquid smoke, not too much. You only need a little bit. Watch this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's it. I know that's a tiny bit, but a little bit goes a long way. Trust me on this. So now I'm gonna open this all the way up and do it this way. Otherwise, I'll be squeezing for days trying to get this ketchup out. You hear me? All right. Lovely. Now, even though we seasoned our beef, you still have to season the sauce to make it taste good, okay? Because it's just not enough seasoning. Once I get my sauce in, we're going to go back in with black pepper, back in once again with garlic powder, some onion powder, and a teeny tiny bit of salt, okay? And then we're going to mix everything in just like this. Who's excited? Let's mix this up and see the consistency. Now, believe it or not, I literally used this whole bottle of ketchup. Let me tell you how much it is. This is a 24 ounce, okay? And that was 2 pounds of beef. And it is always the perfect amount for my sloppy joes when I'm using 2 pounds of meat. Look at this. I want to show you the consistency. Come in close, y'all. Yum, yum, and yum. Mix it up really well. And what I like to do, I let it simmer. Let it simmer because it's done right now. Really, you can begin to make the sandwiches right now if you want to. But I turn mine on low. Just kind of let it hang out and simmer together for at least a half an hour. To me, it just tastes better, letting it simmer. Now, sloppy joes is not hard to make, but it is so much fun to eat. Like, make it for when you have a big crowd coming over. Make it on those hot days or, you know, picnics. This is just like the perfect dinner. It really is. I'll show you how I like to serve it up. I got some Grippos. For those of you that don't know what Grippos potato chips are, oh my goodness, you better get you some today and try it because they are so delicious. Some of the best chips that I've had. All right, I'm gonna put some right onto my plate. All right. And now, here's how I do. The reason why I put a piece of cheese at the bottom is so the bread don't get soggy. If you want to toast your bun, absolutely you can. All right? Now, growing up, I already mentioned it, how I would have mine is I would make up the sloppy joe just like this. Okay? Yum. And then the hot dog goes right on top. But since this is my husband's sandwich, here's his. He don't want no hot dog. Take a bite.